Folks, we're back again. It's that time. Episode 4 of Lights Out. Though this time you'll notice Light is in and Cosmos is out. He's traveling the world right now. He's somewhere in Fukuoka, Japan, or wherever he said he was going to. So he's not going to be able to join us at the moment. We'll find out if he pops in a little bit later. But right now, your boys EE and Light will be holding it down. That sound good to you, Light?
Yeah, Cosmos is Japanese now. We told him only black people on the show, so, we had to get him out of here. I mean, it's true.
He's not lying.
I'm not lying.
Very accurate statement. Cosmos, big enthusiast of Japanese culture. If you remember that meme from back in the day, that was something he always pushed. But nonetheless, I want to apologize for the technical difficulties that we faced yesterday. We didn't mean to record this yesterday, but Light's internet was out. Cosmos was traveling. My internet was being a little shaky. It all just didn't work well. But today, it looks like we're on point and we're ready to go. We got a lot to talk about, a lot to catch up. We're talking about it before we even started. There's a lot of events that took place the previous weekend. All three of those grand finals went to set number 2. So I think Tweek won at Kawaii, ApolloKage won at Battle for the South, and then Spargo won at Major Upset. So I'm sure you were watching a lot of that stuff. Any standout performances for you?
I think Major Upset should be the last one we talk about because Spargo, Leo, that's the gold right there. We don't get to see that too often anymore, Starting off with Kawaii Con. Kawaii Con was cool. I think people look at that as a chill event, but the Hawaii scene's trying to grow. Yeah. And seeing the Hawaii scene grow is really cool because last year we had Larry Lur and Mars out there, and I'm pretty sure Void went as well. But this year we had Tweek and Gluto, who are 2 top players, which everybody want to see, obviously. So to see them there and see Gluto actually losing to Mars in the winner's side. And I think Mars went game 5 with Tweek as well, which is Mars is playing amazing, And to go game 5 with Tweek, that's crazy because that matchup is no bueno.
Yeah, I actually, so when he beat Gluto, I wasn't that surprised because at Genesis he went game 5 with Gluto too.
So close.
And just kind of sold, but for Tweek, yeah, that was definitely a standout for me. Dude, Mars is so godlike at content and playing. I don't understand how this guy's still a free agent. You know what I mean?
I don't think it'll be too much longer. I don't think it'll be too much longer at all. But yeah, with Mars, he's been doing really good. I would love to see him compete more. Obviously, we have a lot less events going on now, so it was really good to see all these events happening this weekend, But Tweek ended up taking it in grand finals when it really looked like he was going to lose, if you ask me.
I thought he was going to choke again.
Yeah, no, for everyone who was watching, Tweek was definitely... Tweek was getting fidgety in the camera, and we talked about this in another episode. When Tweek gets that way, you're he's on Tweek tilt, he's not going to come back. But he started playing super aggressive, and he started monkey flipping 100 times, and Gluto was just not ready for it.
Nah, he was spamming that shit.
That was the first time Gluto looked nervous, if you ask me. He truly stressed the fuck out.
I think it was really telling because I was thinking to myself, damn, it's you don't close out Summit, it's okay, right? We understand that. But you can't go back to back not closing out events. And Tweek's had that habit to him before. He'll be on Winterside Grand Finals and he'll lose 2 sets. It's dude, you're too gifted and you're cementing yourself as one of the best. You got to close this shit out. So I was actually mad proud of him for getting the job done. I feel if he had lost there, we might not have seen this nigga for 2 months.
No one wants to be the Mr. R of Ultimate, bro.
No.
I should know, bro. Yo, last year, I got second at everything. I got second at Summit, got second at Givitational, Big House, Shine, the other Summit. I was the second place king. Me and Mr. R were best buddies now. Bro, we should get him on the podcast.
We should bring back Mr. R. We got to have somebody from the overseas community. You know what I'm saying? The overseas representation. We'll work on that.
Yeah, and we're definitely really close with him. But yeah, for that event, Tweek ends up taking it. Battle for the South. You said ApolloKage ended up taking it, right? I watched all the way until the ending.
Yeah, he went to set number 2 with Lima.
Oh, I do remember Goblin, Moist Boys. Goblin was up on ApolloKage. Did you see that choke?
I did not.
He was up 0% to 120%, and then he got fared at 20. And then he got fared at 20, and then I think he got 3 stock the game after that.
Oh, brother.
Yeah, and then Goblin ended up choking. He should have been in grand finals, honestly, but he hard choked that. ApolloKage, I don't know if you saw that list he posted on Twitter, and it was a list of all the events he was going to.
Yes.
This dude had events that were the same day. And I was like, how did you even do that? Like, what events are in your area that you're able to go to the same, like, 2 things in the same day? What is going on?
You know what it probably is? Because he's like become such like a household name in the ultimate community and space. If the events are happening, he could probably be like, oh, why don't you like stagger this event? Like yours starts at like 10 a.m. and yours starts at like 5 p.m. You know what I'm saying? So you can go and conquer both. They probably literally cater around his schedule and his demands, similar to how HBox caters that prize pool for Sonics.
Okay.
I'm just saying, bro.
Yeah, honestly, that man be winning all that money. Like those are the 2 people you think of where like they're sheeps for the money. They'll just compete at whatever event they need to go for, which a lot of top players don't do that. A lot of top players just go like to the majors.
Yeah.
But then you got the Fatalities of the scene. Who, you remember Fatality? He used to have that long ass line at every major where he would just have money matches lined up and he'd go to all the weeklies and stuff until, like Cola came around and started, dicking him.
Yeah, I don't think anybody it's funny, like 2 weeks ago or like a week and a half ago, I posted a tweet on my Twitter, was me interviewing Cola when he was like, this is like 7 years ago, when he was like basically like just mini Cola, going back to the original Salt 1 tag. A lot of people like had their mind blown by that, but like that's just like an example of like a throwback, you know what I'm saying? Like I've obviously been in the scene for a while, so it's cool to see players grow like that. Fun fact, too, since you brought up Fatality, just to kind of throw it in there. Do you remember when he was sponsored by YouPorn?
Of course. How could I forget?
I think a lot of people don't know that lore, that Fatality was sponsored by a porn company for like a good year.
I watched extra videos because of him. No,
yeah. It was great promotion.
I was watching those videos like, I gotta support the boy. It's not for me, it's for him.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are gonna be like WTF. So yeah, YouPorn had an esports division for a little while, and it was controversial because of like the Smash space, and it was funny because VG Bootcamp would always be like, we can't advertise your sponsor. And Fatality would be like, well, I'm not gonna play for you guys.
Well, I think there was that thing. I think there was that thing where they stopped calling him YouPorn Fatality and they started calling him YP.
Yeah, YP.
So people be like, what YP is? Be like, don't ask about YP. Yeah, YP was probably one of the best sponsors out there. Up there with Moist, I'd say. Moist and YP are, neck and neck. How could you beat that, man?
I would say the thing that he fumbled the most with is that he never went to any of like the parties that he was invited to. Like, bro.
I thought you meant like one of his biggest mistakes is that he never made porn. But
oh no, well, I couldn't imagine Fatality. He can sling some knees. I don't know about pipe. We'll leave it at that.
Takes pants off, money match.
I'm done. Okay. So that was Battle for the South. ApolloKage took it over.
Wait, time out. He got invited to parties. We need a backpedal here.
Dude, it's like, because he was on the team, like he could go to like...
He without too much information, he could have met them all.
He could have met them all, man.
He could have met them all, man.
I don't know what that contract looked like. He might have had some bonuses in there, man.
Hey,
some bonuses for some boners. I don't know.
Oh, man, the nerdy dude could have won that day, but nope. Damn, what an idiot.
Hey, if they ever rerun their division, I'm a free agent right now, man. Put me on. All right.
I'm too moist for it. Anyways, major upset, right? So major upset, we had probably the most stacked people there.
Yeah.
Obviously we had Spargo, Riddles, we had Leo. I know SkyJ and Meister had a tap out. There was a bit of controversy with Meister about how if he did go, his seating was too low, and people were like fucking with Meister and stuff like that because we talked about last podcast. People love to fuck with Meister. I agree with him. I thought his seating was too low. But I also think recency bias is a bitch in our community.
Yeah, I mean, you can never escape that, right? That's like, you have one like maybe bad tournament or lackluster tournament, whatever you want to call it, bro. They will definitely be on your ass, and everybody should understand that. But no, Meister, yeah, he definitely had a gripe with that. But even with the dropouts, that's the crazy thing that made the tournament so damn hype, was like even with all the dropouts and stuff like that, it was still like sensational because like you talked about it, right? Leo and Spargo, it had been like a year since they met in bracket, and if any of you guys who are watching the podcast watch that, it did not disappoint. that was some, like, that is peak ultimate. That is like what you want to see, just back and forth, beat 'em up, knock down, high octane action, and those two delivered it. It was crazy. And I personally was ecstatic to see Aegis's or Leo's Aegis, because I think he has all the potential in the world with that character if he can just close out games.
You know, I completely agree with that. I was gonna ask you, did you last minute go there, or were you like already? Really?
So the thing with me was, they had hit me up like 2.5 months prior, and they got in contact with me and like, hey, you want to come out to this event? And I was kind of like, you know, I don't know, maybe, you know what I'm saying? And that's only because I didn't know like exactly what I was going to be doing at that point. So sometimes, like, there's only certain events I hard commit to, and even though I love the PNW region, I wasn't sure if I'd be able to go. And the guy was like, well, I mean, we could pay you right now for it. I was like, yeah, nigga, sign me up. So that's what.
Yeah, no, that's sick, man. No, but you're right. Leo and Spargo went completely crazy. Spargo taking it, you know, obviously Leo's not happy about that. I think people are kind of misplacing their thoughts with Leo. It's like, obviously, no one thinks he's fallen off and stuff like that. But people are like, Leo doesn't know what he's doing, you know? But the thing about that is, I think he does know what he's doing. I think no matter what he says about his Aegis, he keeps going back to it because he's like, there's something with this character that's kind of like broken, and I just need to figure it out. And you're right. I actually think he should keep playing it. I think he should drop all of his characters for Aegis. At first, yes. At first, I was like, why is he playing Aegis? He keeps losing with Aegis. Just play Joker, right? But I think out of all the characters he plays, if he could solo main one and get away with it, it'd be Aegis in this current meta. Because Aegis is broken, and the way he plays Aegis, I never really watched it before. I just saw results.
Yeah.
The way he plays Aegis, he honestly does curse stop people. He curse stomp people until like the last stock.
Yes, bro. Yes.
Yeah, like it's actually fucking insane. Like, there's a part of me that doesn't want him to drop Joker because his Joker is his only character that I've never beaten. So like I kind of want to like beat that Joker.
I get it.
But like in terms of like, oh, like if I didn't exist, I'm like, dang, like his Aegis, he's not losing because his Aegis is bad. He's losing because I don't think he's fully committing to this character.
Yeah.
Like it's like me with Fox. Like it's a character I have to fully commit to because the character's high in demand. Even Joker was high in demand. Like Leo's Joker, I honestly believe is losing because Leo is trying to play multiple characters, you know?
Facts.
When he was fully playing Joker in 2019, my man was destroying people consistently, not just one event at a time. But I think he can do the same thing whether he decides to play Joker or just Aegis. He just needs to solo main someone, if you ask me.
Yeah, that's the thing with Character Crisis. For like every Character Crisis isn't built and designed the same, right? Because some people, like you just said to your point, are just better off just putting all their effort into one character. Like you with Fox, like him in 2019 with that Joker would be insane. And I think he might be kind of leaning towards that because he did like use all Aegis for this tournament. Like even if there's points you're thinking like, oh, well, you know, he's down like 2 games, maybe he'll swap something up in like the last set of grand finals. Nah, like he was just like, he was committed to the bit. And I think that's the best way to do it. Because when I talked to him after the event, I caught up with him. He was like, yeah, I just got to pick better options. Like my Aegis is good enough to win. I just got to pick some better options. Especially like when I'm in positions to like win the game. You know, I'm like, damn, like he knows, like he's fully aware of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I hope he sticks with it, man, because we've seen him do damage with Joker and Byleth. Aegis is, I don't know if Aegis is better than Joker or just on par. Probably, yeah. I'd probably rank just slightly above. But it's MK Leo, bro. Like you're not gonna tell me he can't get the job done if he tries.
That's the thing, though. I don't think Leo's like Tweek. Tweek is a person who could play multiple characters. Yeah. And actually, no, I think they are very similar because Tweek does not win majors with Sephiroth. Tweek is getting better at knowing when to counterpick. Leo's counterpicking when I don't think he needs to, though. And obviously, he could beat a bunch of top players with like 4 characters, if we're being honest with you. But like when it gets to the top of the top, he's struggling to push that limit, right? And it's like Tweek's playing matchups. Tweek will play Sephiroth when he feels like he can catch people with matchup inexperience, or he just genuinely feels like Sephiroth's the better option there. Leo, I feel like he's just kind of switching characters just to switch characters because Joker and Aegis don't really lose to that many characters. Like, you don't really need to switch between the two. You could just play one of them.
Yeah, he need to put that Meta Knight away, bro. Like, I understand, like, oh, it's a good matchup for the Rats. Man, get that shit up out of here, bro. I want to see that.
It look that good if you ask me.
Yeah, play Marth if you're going to play something. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't like the Meta Knight. I wasn't a fan of the Leo Meta Knight. That was just me.
Yeah, Spargo though, congratulations to my son there. My son is always doing great, and he is my son. Ask him. You can ask him. That is my child, my seed, my spawn. You know, when Spargo calls me on the phone and I see his number, it says my seed on it.
Okay.
That is my child right there.
Gotcha.
I had a kid very early. And no, but yeah, congratulations to Spargo. He stayed dedicated. He stayed Cloud the whole time except for losers finals, and I'm surprised we didn't see an Aegis Ditto. Like, that was surprising to me.
No, I wasn't surprised because okay, so I knew he did the ban hand proto strategy, right? For losers finals against, Riddles, which was it worked out really nice.
I thought he was just getting her ready.
Yeah, that's why I thought there was going to be a warm up with there, but they went with the Cloud the last 2 games. I'm like, okay, I guess he just committed. I don't in an Aegis Ditto. Do you think does the tournament go to Leo in that case?
I think Spargo's Aegis was better when they were both playing him. Okay. When they were both playing Aegis, Spargo's Aegis was better, but I don't think he plays Aegis as much now, and Leo's been playing it more, so I don't know. I also know that Spargo does not like Aegis. He does not enjoy playing Aegis. He just knows Aegis is broken. That's
so weird.
He likes Cloud more.
He is a Cloud fanboy. That's
hey, man.
I will say,
do it.
Yeah, I will say it's good that both of them bounce back from Summit performances. For them to finish first and second, that's a big deal.
It's expected, bro. It's expected.
I don't know. Riddles, man. Riddles was there. He tapped that ass last time he ran up with Leo.
Riddle's been avoiding me for too many majors. Let me at him.
Oh, talk to him.
Hey, but we got something better to talk about right now. Honestly, I would even say Leo and Spargo was the highlight of Major Upset because there's something that was even better that me and you have to address, because if we don't address it on the No Filter podcast, who will?
Are you talking about my FreshCut commercial? Okay, go ahead.
Let's get to the FreshCut commercial. You want something to say? You got something to say about the FreshCut commercial? Go ahead. Now you want to plug real quick? We can plug.
I'm just saying, I want to shout out 24K for putting me in that video. You know what I'm saying? The concept came through. I thought it was crispy. I thought it was clean. I thought it was pristine. So that's all I wanted to say with that. Carry on, brother. Carry on.
Okay. Shout outs to FreshCut. Shout outs to 24K. Remember, this video is also powered by Metafy as well. Shout outs to all these people, all these goats. But there is one more person that we need to shout out. And you sure you don't want to guess it before I put you on the spot? It's not a good it's not a good shout out.
It's not a good shout out?
It's not a good shout out.
Dude, that's crazy. What happened?
You ever play Halo?
I don't Halo?
Yeah, you ever play Halo?
Yeah.
You play Halo 3 before?
No.
Oh man, so you don't know about the Arbiter?
Just go on with what you're about to say.
My boy, the Arbiter, bro. That man, I guess commentating is what he did that weekend, huh? We call that. Yeah, he was on the mic. He was most certainly on the mic. What was that thing he called you again on the mic?
I'm not sure.
It
started with an N. It started with an N.
Ooh, no, there was another one too. There was a lot of things said that weekend. All right, man. I'm gonna be the one to say it.
Okay.
He's a very energetic commentator, and I think energy is so cool in community. But my man, how did he stay on the mic for so long? How the hell did you get away with that? What?
So here's my thing, okay? So I love Arbiter personally. He's a real chill dude. The thing with him is, one, he's PNW, right? So of course it's good to have some good rep there. For sure.
Is that the area?
Yeah, that's their area, right? And he's got he stands out from most of their other casters in that regard, because he actually does have energy and enthusiasm with everything that he's going in on. I do tell him to rein it back sometimes a little bit, because my man be going OD in. But he's a young guy. He's spry. It's not like one of those dogs who's just running around out of control and you neuter him. You can't neuter him. He's a person. You can only do that to dogs. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna bring all that. He's gonna have all that crazy.
He needs to be neutered.
Yeah, he can't neuter him. He got all that crazy energy and stuff. He's gonna be all over the place, man. And I told him too, the one thing you always have to remember with commentary, it's gonna be some people's cup of tea, and other people aren't gonna be that big of a fan of it in certain regards, especially when you can be polarizing like that. So it just kind of comes down to if it's your style or not. You know what I'm saying? I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay. So you just gotta know you're not everybody's cup of tea.
Okay,
But you sound like you don't even want to have a sip.
Nah, I liked his commentary. I didn't think it was bad. I thought it was, like I said, I thought it was very energetic,
Yeah.
you know? I thought
Hype
he
guy.
needed to learn, I think he needed to learn when to use that energy, you know, as like a person critiquing the commentary, because I'm a spectator, you know? So like critiquing the commentary, I think he needed to choose better when to use that energy. I'm just surprised he got away with what he got away with, man. And
So I know what you're talking about. I'm just gonna say it. You think, like a couple other people were saying, you think at one point he said the hard R in excitement.
No, I didn't even know that.
Okay, what were you talking about?
Are you serious?
That's what somebody tweeted at me. They were like, "Did Arbiter just say this?" And I was just like,
Arbiter,
I don't think
Arbiter
so.
called you something on stream.
What did he call me?
I don't know if I could say it.
Well, all right, let's play. Like, you ever seen that South Park episode with the letters?
Oh,
he calls me that all the time.
On stream?
Yeah, that's fine. Oh yeah.
No, bro, I saw your reaction. You was like, what the? No, bro, shut the fuck up, bro. He called you that on stream, and I was like, people have been canceled for less. I'm not saying cancel.
But we're black. You can't do that. We're black.
Oh yeah.
Now, if Laird was sitting there, he's like, "What up, my raccoon?" You know what I'm saying? Maybe in a little bit of trouble with that. And I'm not talking about the rack part. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Nah, man. People have been canceled for less. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying cancel my boy, but I can't believe so many people glossed over that. I actually didn't know. I didn't actually know he was accused of saying the hard R, and
no. That was a joke. I thought. I was leading into the joke there. That wasn't true. I was kidding about that. Sorry.
Jesus, man, we lose our Nintendo sponsorship and niggas start walling out.
Listen, sometimes you just gotta talk your shit. You gotta talk your shit.
Hey,
and like I said, I appreciate the fact he's energetic, enthusiastic about a lot of stuff. If we do inevitably get back into like a circuit atmosphere, like 100%, you're gonna have to like, that's for everybody. You're gonna have to like rein in certain things. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, overall, you can understand all the excitement. The tournament was lit.
No, for sure. Like I said, I think he just needs to learn how to tone it down. He's not a bad commentator. He just needs to learn when to place his energy. But oh my god, that shit caught me off guard.
I think I remember you pinged the group chat like, Phil, did he just?
Yes.
And I was like, keep watching, man. We just getting started, baby.
Oh my god. Bro.
Oh, it was good.
That happened.
As good as that event was, I do have to put you on the spot, bud. There was 3 elite events that just happened. Summit was the week before. When is Light making his competitive return?
I honestly feel like in this 2 weeks I fucking retired. If I'm being real with you.
That's what I'm saying.
I like, it feels like I haven't gone to a tournament in years. Like, I feel like I need something, and like I didn't go to major upset because if we're being real, being completely real, life has been kicking my ass lately. Like, it has been beating the shit out of me. I don't want to get like too like, I'm not like depressed or anything.
Yeah.
But like getting like a quick gloss over, I had COVID in the past month and a half. I had COVID. I had to miss one of the biggest tournaments of all time. After Collision, I didn't talk about this. I twisted my ankle, and I couldn't work out, like run and stuff like that. So that was also unfortunate because I'm over here walking with a limp. Someone did walk by you. Yeah. So I twisted my ankle. I'm not gonna tweet about this, but I guess I'll say it here. I did get out of a relationship recently. You know, stuff like that. I've been kind of taking a lot of L's recently, you know? Also, being COVID in a house by yourself is not fun. Fun fact. It's a very lonely atmosphere. So I've been just trying to, I guess, readjust myself, get back into things.
Yep.
Actually, in this podcast, I'm actually taking probably a 1 week social media break until our next podcast. So I could just kind of like readjust myself, try to, do stuff. But I'm also trying to go out to more events after this. I might be going to Xanadu 500 because that seems like it's coming up. I'm going to Battle of BC. I just confirmed today. Nice. Yeah, so I'm going to a couple things, but yeah, I'm just trying to bounce back, Yeah. What's going on with me?
So, one, I'm sorry. Love you, buddy. You know that.
Yeah, you're good, man. You're good.
2, if you had come to Major Upset, I can't even say I would have been able to make you feel better because we went to a strip club on night 1. We were there because Portland is famous for the strip clubs, apparently. They have more strip clubs per capita than anywhere else, right? So we go to this one strip club called Kitty Club, right?
Kind of a pathetic
Like,
feature, but go on.
I'm just trying to tell you. We were kind of hyped, going inside that. Me, Fabs, Rod, Arbiter. Oh, I don't know if I should put all these people on. Wait, whatever. They were with me, okay? We were all there, okay?
He's canceled.
So we go in, right? We go into the strip club, and let me tell you something, bro. It was a whole lot of booty do. And you probably wondering, what's booty do? It means you got more stomach than your booty do. You know what I'm saying? So not necessarily, the top of the crop or the stripper echelon, right? So we're there, we sit down, and we're probably like, and Rod's like, man, we got to get the fuck out of here. And I'm like, well, what do we do? How do we make a break for it? He's like, make a break, nigga, just start walking. So
have you never been to a strip club before?
So we get up, right? And keep in mind, it was a $5 cover to come into this place, right? It's a $5 cover to come in here. So we get up, we walk out, and the bouncer comes chasing after us, and we're like, oh, did we do something wrong? He's like, nah, man, I understand. He hands us our money back. He hands us the money. It was that bad. He gave us the money.
Bro,
I swear to God that happened.
Fuck, bro. Oh my God. That's funny as fuck. He was like, nah, these are some ugly ones, bro. Just please take it back. That's crazy. My man got free venue.
He do, bro. He do. Oh, man, that was
crazy.
that was the highlight, bro. Like, it was fun hanging out with everybody, but that was definitely the highlight of the event. So that was mad funny. I just want to throw that in there real quick as a seg.
Definitely would have joined up on that, bro. In the past week or so, I went back to Connecticut for 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
I went to like 2 bars out there. I went dancing and stuff, having a good time. I like to, in a community with a bunch of introverts, like the Smash community, which there's nothing wrong with being an introvert. I try to be more extroverted and try to get out there more, which is why I moved in the first place. For people who don't know that, I moved to a college city. And I even came back, went to more bars. I went to karaoke night yesterday. Karaoke night's lit, man. I wasn't singing, but I was watching other people sing and singing with them. Man, I had me some Katy Perry, bro, last Friday night, baby.
You know what? I like this. I like this a lot. Now, let me ask you a question. Would you ever want to go overseas and experience that kind of nightlife?
Overseas?
Yeah, overseas.
Like where?
Would you want to go, yes or no?
I mean, I'd go overseas. Probably not for that, though.
Okay, but you'd want to go in general.
What are you trying to trap me into?
I just need you to say yes.
Yes.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, I want you, if you are watching the live Twitch episode, this is where your interaction comes into play. Okay? Exclamation point night in the chat. Night in the chat. Give our friend Crime a follow on Twitter. If you want to know what's coming up for Lights Out, if you want to see us go bigger and better than ever before, if you want to see us overseas doing it big, give our friend Crime a follow on Twitter, okay? We got something cooking up. It's free to follow. Show him some love. Just give him a little follow right there, because you're going to see. We got some plans, Light. We got some plans coming up. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like I'm being set up right now.
You're not being set up. I got this set up right now. Drop my man Knight a follow. Drop him a follow right now. Say less. Y'all do the rest. We're going to revisit that later. So,
all right, let's see what you have in the store later on, I guess.
On, man. You always be making these plays. Now, you did mention you're going to, Battle of BC is like your main next big one?
Yeah, that should be the next big one.
Okay. I won't be there.
Why not?
Why not? Should I actually say why not?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I've been pretty open this podcast. It's your turn.
I listen. So I originally was talking to the guy who was like TOing it, and like I was kind of like telling him like what I would want to come there or whatever. And I don't know if like my requests were like maybe too big for like the budget or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, I don't work for a ham sandwich and a handshake. That's just not me. But I received like maybe 2 weeks ago, and I couldn't believe I got this. Because he was like, okay, well, fill out this form real quick, right? I was like, okay, I'll fill out the form. I just kind of half-ass filled it out. I was like, yeah, I've done you know who the fuck I am, okay? You know what I'm saying? I'll do it, though, just to help you keep track of shit. And I got your commentary application has been declined. So I got declined. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. Like, me? me getting declined? And I was like, was this just a setup just so he could like decline me? Just to like kind of feel like, yeah, I declined EE. Listen, decline this dick, nigga, okay? Because you already know we straight 8ing around this motherfucker, okay? I just want to say that part. No, I'm not. I don't actually care. I just thought that was funny.
But you got declined?
No, I just thought it. Yeah, dude. I was like, oh, damn, that's OD.
They were like, sorry, EE, we just figured the arbiter was better.
I don't think, you know what it is?
Pick him up instead.
I don't think I was tap dancing hard enough, man. I should have been tap dancing harder. That's what it is, man.
I can't believe you got declined, bro.
That's crazy.
Yo, Charles is going. Charles is a better commentator than you now.
Dude, Chuck is the GOAT, man. I think they're doing like Tweek Talks there. I don't know if I was allowed to say that.
It was part of the Tweek Talks. It was part of the Tweek Talks contract. They were like, yeah, no one from Lights Out could go.
I like that. I like that blocking if that's actually the case.
Oh my god.
But I'm gonna be watching for sure. I am actually
fuck?
pretty excited to see you compete there. You know
I want you to be there, bro.
Dude, I know. Dude, you know what we need to start doing? We need to just like make ourselves like a package going forward.
A package deal?
Like a package deal. Like
they pay all of us, right?
Yeah, you don't get any of us.
That is actually so insane to me. I'm genuinely mind boggled by that. Yeah. So as you guys can tell from this podcast, the world's going to shit. Cosmos is Japanese now. I'm depressed. Phil lost his job.
Subscribe.
And speaking of the world going to shit right now, it's not just our world, it's the world of esports going to shit right now. CLG has just announced that they are shutting down, and that is truly a scary thing, if I'd say so myself. That is I think they are a team who has been around for a very long time, and someone we all know ourselves, Void, who is very close to me, Phil's roommate, very close to us in the community, and a very big part of the community, you know, not being part of CLG anymore. It's just honestly mind-boggling how they just kind of dropped it on everyone. They didn't really say anything until then.
Yeah, it was like the way it was announced, it was just from this guy named Travis Gaffer, I think that's his name, and like he's done like he does esports report and he's pretty tapped in with the space for sure, but like he just randomly like tweeted it out and then like it just gained all this traction. Like, oh, is this like for real? And people are like, oh, April 1st was last week, you know what I'm saying? April Fool's Day is past that. But no, it's actually
you gyms.
Yeah, it's actually insane because like the scope of it, obviously, like we understand, like on the Smash side of things, like Void is off there, Magi, Cody, Pew Pew, I think. But he was like in more of a director role or something like that. But either way, that's a lot of people. And then like you look at their League of Legends team, like all their other investments, CLG Red, like there's like the staff, like there's so much of a loss that has come from CLG shutting down. And you know another thing that it shows too, like a team as prestigious as them, as much legacy and history as they have, just closing their doors. Like that's insanity. Like that is insanity. And it kind of puts me in a spot where I'm just like, damn, like if it could happen to them, who couldn't it happen to? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure FaZe is going through like a constant struggle right now as well. I've always heard stuff about FaZe like kind of going to shit.
Yeah, the only thing they got up is Spargo's results.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Yo, you know what's funny? FaZe Banks, you familiar with that guy? He's one of the owners, right?
Frat boy, dope.
He's from the area that I moved to.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah. Every time people ask me what I do, I say like, oh, I do professional gaming. They'll be like, oh, this guy named FaZe Banks, he did it here, bro. They make him sound like a hoe. I'm gonna put him on the spot. They make him sound like he's a hoe, bro. They'd be like, yeah, he dated this girl. Yeah, he was messing with this girl. Yeah, we know him because before he went to California, he was doing this girl. Now he's rich. And I'm like, this dude's a hoe, and now he's rich. I don't know if he's rich anymore. It seems like he's taking an L. But yeah, it's kind of crazy what's going on with FaZe and CLG, and
they just got
honestly a bunch of other teams that are probably just not talking that are going through a similar struggle. You know, we do see some people trying to pick it up. Obviously, Luminosity is not doing bad. Because if Luminosity was doing bad, you wouldn't see them picking up new Smash players. Let me tell you, we are the last thing that people pick up when they are doing bad. You know, so it's not everyone, but it's still kind of a bummer to see in our community.
Yeah, it's tough. It really is. And you know it kind of like Magi and Cody just went to CLG, so I don't even know if they've been there a freaking month. You know what I'm saying? And they're already off to new ventures. And it's kind of one of those things like, okay, well, does Magi try and go back to the East Coast? Is that something they'd be cool with? Because I'll tell you right now, anyone who like left the team to go to another team and that team happened to shut down through one reason or another, if you try and go back to your previous team, I'd be really surprised if they're willing to give you the same offer. You know what I mean? Like they're probably gonna think like, okay, Smash right now, you know what I'm saying? Buy low, maybe sell high in the future. Like you're getting lowballed, in my opinion. Not sure that's the case, but if I'm running an org and somebody left and they go somewhere else, I'm like, okay, wish you the best of luck. Oh, you're coming back because they didn't work out over there. Okay, well let's talk about half of what you were making before. You know what I'm saying? I hit you with the Mr. Burns. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, that shit's actually wild what people are going through. And to mention that 2 of the top 5 best players in Melee are both unsponsored.
Yep.
That is insanity to me because people love them some good Melee. Yeah, I mean, the day we already know the world's ending if Mango ever loses his sponsor, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
Well, see, people like Mango and HBox are in a good position because I think Cloud9,
they're grandfathers.
Cloud9 and Liquid, like they own stock and like equity in the company or something like that. Like they're beyond being sponsored. Like they own like a percentage of the company.
Damn, I need to own some Moist.
There you go, dude. You know what? That actually is a really good point on the the free agency tip. Like Zane leaving Golden Guardians, like I have a theory on where he might end up, but I don't like know if it's like if I'm theory crafting. But we know he didn't leave without something lined up. Like let's be honest. You know what I mean? Where do you have a guess? A guess?
Oh, I cannot like energy maybe? No. Like I don't know what teams would actually be invested in Smash right now. It's kind of hard.
The main thing I heard a lot of people like kind of guessing and speculating was it could be someone like a Moist, right? And here's why I think Moist would make sense for Zane. Do you remember Zane's first sponsor? It was Mogul Moves. This was like years ago.
You think he'd be sponsored part of Moist Moguls?
Yeah, I could see him like going back there now that Ludwig and Charlie have kind of teamed up and made an official team like that. I could see him going back to his original home just like with new benefits. You know what I'm saying? That would be my guess. Other than that, we know he's not going to CLG. So I don't. I'm sorry. I don't know where else he might go.
He might be the savior of CLG, baby.
No, but I don't know.
In terms of Moist, it's kind of weird. It's very hard to tell if people like rumors about people going to Moist are so bad because because everyone's like Mars should be in Moist. Cosmos should be in Moist. My dick should be in Moist. I'm like, bro, I want everyone in Moist. You don't want competition. You want us to be like a friendly family where Charlie spends his millions on all of us, bro. Yep. Like, honestly, at Smash Ultimate, we got enough players. We got 4 players. We got enough. Melee, honestly, that's Ludwig's side of things. Like, it's kind of like I don't talk to Ludwig as much as I do Moist Critical.
Yeah.
And that's Ludwig's interest. So if Zane's getting picked up, that is most definitely from the Ludwig side of things.
Yeah, that's why I think that's the number one place I could see. Like obviously, like I've seen the tweets from Luminosity talking about, like what Smash content creators and players are kind of like would be good to pick up now. I don't know how I feel about those constant tweets. Like, I don't want to see, like, while Smash is, like, on a downside, I don't want to see, like, them farming for interactions from, like, some of the negative shit that's happened with the community right now. But nonetheless, I do like the folks at Luminosity, and I do think it would be sick if they ended up picking up another, like, player or two. Or somebody who does some sick content as well. I know, like, players like Coney, you know what I'm saying? Or not. Or content creators like Coney, content creators like Little Z are really good. Obviously, strong players on the market now. Zane, if he's not already signed. IBW, aka Cody. Like, there's a lot of good shit that you can kind of, like, leech onto. Or not leech onto, but, like, kind of invest in right now and get a really good return in the space, I feel like. Which is, again, one of the reasons I continue to stress, like, Smash is not dead. Sonics as well. Sonics is a free agent too. You know what I'm saying? People don't like to acknowledge it as much because they don't necessarily like his character and playstyle, but that monk is godlike.
He is very fucking good at
what
he does. Yeah, the thing about picking up like streamers for Luminosity though is they seem very like they want low streamers, which is really weird. They were like, we want like streamers who are like under a certain range. I think Coney might go past that range.
It's possible. That's very possible.
Because Coney has been pretty successful for himself. I saw TK and everybody in the Smash community was supporting TK, you know, trying to get that Luminosity. I hope he gets it, but it'd be very interesting to see them pick up IBDW. I don't think they have any Melee players, do they?
On Luminosity, none that I can recall. And or no, is Ginger on Luminosity? They have Ginger. They have Ginger.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they only have Ginger. And obviously Ginger is like a very good player, but IBDW just won a major, so that's
he'd be doing that.
Yeah, that's kind of what I would immediately want to shift to. So yeah, a lot of questions. I mean, obviously, like as like the news comes in, we'll cover it and talk about it, but it's all just speculation at this point. We don't actually know anything, but you know, again, heart goes out to everybody affected by the CLG shutdown. That shit straight up sucks. And yeah, it is what it is. But hopping off of that, we got to hop back on to some other things that have come out of Twitter. I mean, you know, when we're on this podcast, we don't shy away from talking about that shit. We don't shy away from talking about the hot topics.
Yeah, we didn't shy away about talking about how you were called a raccoon, but yeah, go on.
Hey, man, if I'm dancing and getting paid, I'll keep doing it.
I'll keep being a raccoon.
That's what I am, man. They already called me that anyway. Whatever, bro. I love white women. Now let's move. Let's refocus, though. You know, I'm not the only one who loves white women. Our friend Wadi recently called a lot of heat on Twitter for his newest relationship that apparently has rubbed a couple folks the wrong way. Now, if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, Wadi, 27, is now dating a consenting adult who's 19. Few people think it's a little weird. Few people think it's a little weird with the age gap. Now,
you told me you liked white women, not white girls. No, I'm kidding.
That's OD. Calm down, man. Calm down.
No.
Calm down, man. Go. Now look.
No.
I wanted to bring this up because I felt like the OD attacks on him and the girl in question as well was definitely like, it seemed a little unjust, right? Now, I can understand having your concerns about, like, oh, well, what could, you know, someone 27 and somebody 19 have in common? You know what I'm saying? I think people have to remember, like, when you grow up like a gamer or a smasher, like, in the field, it's a little bit, like, I don't feel like you develop quite the same as everybody else, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Who's, like, separated from games. Like, you could have more in common than you might actually think. Yeah, you could think, you know, have more in common than you might actually think. You know what I'm saying? So on that tip, I'm like, I can see where there'd be a lot in common. But I think where all the scrutiny came from is just like the history of the community itself in certain regards to some people, certainly not the majority, but like that small majority that was like doing some weird shit and some of them ain't around no more. I think that's a lot where this came from. And I feel like the attacks and some of the accusations being thrown at him were way overboard. And I know people like to get their jokes off and stuff like that too. I'm the same way. I like to joke around a lot too. But like in this situation like this, bro, if you're going to say something, you kind of got to stand on it. You can't like backpedal. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to like, if you go say some shit, then stand on it. I saw a lot of backpedaling on Twitter when people started to kind of start to 180 like, yo, why are you like all up in their relationship and shit like that? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy all around. Too, you know what I'm saying?
I've seen it too, bruv. I've seen the backpedaling too.
Get this, a lot of rubbish. A lot of
backpedaling of rubbish. But, holy insider. But okay, now before I go on my little rant, what is your opinion? What is your genuine opinion?
Well, so here's the way I always focus thing. Like, there's always some sort of new like issue or drama with on Twitter, right? Mm-hmm. So the way I shape it is like, do I think it's a bit strange just given like, you know, the age gap? I can admit that it's a little weird, you know what I'm saying? As far as like, oh, I'm surprised you guys were able to like, you know what I'm saying? You were able to link up or anything like that. Anything made sense. Do I feel like it's something worth my time investigating and giving a shit about? No, because I have a million other problems of my own that I deal with. And this doesn't affect my life in any way, shape, or form. Maybe a lot of other people are just like, oh, we have a lot of time to just invest in this. Let's go either harass somebody or just like make insane assumptions or other shit. You know what I'm saying? But it is worth talking about because I didn't think the verbal assaults were okay. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't just, some of that shit's just not cool, man.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. You got to remember that we're from a community that try to cancel people for what's morally wrong instead of what's legally wrong, and then we're also on a platform where people get a little culty to talk shit about people on the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But my opinion of it is, I mean, I'm on the same boat as you in the sense that I look at the age difference and I'm like, well, that's fucking weird. But
Weird. That's fine.
But no, yeah, no, like, bro, I'd say it. Like, I'd be like, well, I think that's weird. But at the end of the day, it's not legally wrong. They're both consenting adults. And on top of that, it does not affect me in any way. Nothing wrong is going on, and it just does not affect me, you know? People can do whatever the fuck they want as long as it's not legally wrong. I do believe in morally like wrong shit. I do heavily believe in that because I'll be honest with you. If like one of my closer friends was dating like 19 to 27, I would look at him like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
well, we can never double date because we can't go to the bar together. I'm sorry, I need to get my Mai Tai.
Get her a bicycle, dude. No, I'm kidding. No, but like if it was like my close friend, I would definitely care more. But Wadi is his own adult. He got his own life.
Yeah.
I am not in his life to be telling him what to do. That is my boy in the smashing, and that is as far as that goes. I don't see him after work, and I'm not gonna be like, get your shit together. That's his girl. That's his thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's never going to be as simple as like, oh, like just mind your own bit. Like people are always going to have input and something to say, and that's perfectly okay. And that's why we're covering it right now, kind of giving some thoughts and feelings on like our own perspectives and like the reactions that we saw a lot as well. But you know, at the end of the day, like we're both in agreement. Like it ain't our business. It ain't illegal. I a little weird, but I'm not deep diving too much into. That's just me.
Yeah, we only gotta talk about it because people are picking on him.
True.
Don't pick on my goat. My man's been around since day one.
He should have played the race card. That's what he should have done.
Moving on to another.
Just saying. Obama ain't been in office in how long? It's reinstated. Start slinging it.
All right. Man, there is actually so much that happened in this past week.
Yeah, it's been a lot.
Yeah, man. With CLG, all the tournaments, the Wadi business, the Great Arbiter. Honestly, we covered a lot of topics together. I'm pretty proud of us for not having our third around.
I know, and I hope he's doing well. We'll definitely make sure we try and get him on for the next episode. No doubt about that. But one more thing before we do kind of wrap today's episode. How do you feel? I don't know if you saw this, but Freaks tournaments down there in Texas have officially banned Kazuya and Steve from their events going forward. Any thoughts on that?
So much has happened this weekend.
Yeah.
Oh my god, or this whole week. Yeah, the Kazuya and Steve ban. My opinion on the Steve ban is I kind of have like a little salt towards that because I see why he should be banned. I think he should be banned, but I'm the type of guy who will get very triggered if I soon become the best in NA, like I'm better than Leo, I'm better than Spargo, I'm better than Tweek, all of them, right? And then someone says, yeah, but Akola, that would piss me off, you know? Right. On top of that, if Akola's still going to be playing Steve and we ban Steve, we're not going to be ready for Akola because we're not going to have any matchup experience anymore. You know, it's going to get rusty. And the Steve meta is always changing, so we can't have it being rusty. So I don't know. Steve, I'm like a little bent over. The Kazuya thing is an absolute no. I don't know why we're banning Kazuya when the only like real Kazuya main is Riddles. Like the character is he's super bullshit. I know that. But no one's putting it to the point where it needs to be bannable. If Meta Knight in Brawl was a broken character that no one could pilot, he wouldn't be banned, in a sense, you know? And Kazuya is a character that isn't really being piloted at the top level, except for basically Riddles. So it's like, we don't really need to worry about that.
Yeah. I will say that it seems like this is more like on like a local level decision, which, you know, if that's the case, like, you know, we want to keep tournaments alive and kicking as well. Like if this is what you feel like is going to help make that local sustainable, cool. Whatever, do what you're going to do. Like at the end of the day, do what you're going to do. My concern would probably be where it like kind of trickles more into like those major tournaments. Cause I know Let's Make Moves Miami, which is coming up later this year, has said it's going to be Steve Ban, which I think is a whack ass choice because Akola can't even come and defend his title. He won it last year. So I think that's corny. And Max is one of my good friends. You know what I'm saying? Cool with Toronto Joe, but I think that's a corny ass decision.
It's what most of the community wants.
Yeah. Well, I hope it doesn't become like widespread because I hate thinking like banning characters is like is what we're doing. Because it's not like it doesn't even feel like there's a lot of like representation for some of these characters at that high level. You know what I'm saying? Like I can name like 3 or 4 Kazuya and then like 3 or 4 Steve. You know what I mean? Like, and there's a gap between the 1 and 2 best ones. No,
yeah, for sure. There's definitely a big gap between them. Steve is a subject where it's like it can go either way, but I don't think Kazuya should be getting banned at all.
100% on that. Yeah.
I think people at the lower level are like, oh, our locals are getting killed because Steve and Kazuya are like a thing, right? But here's the thing: if Steve and Kazuya become banned at locals, and then like everybody magically comes back, right? Yeah. Everybody just magically comes back. Are they just not going to go to majors at that point?
That's a very good point. Like that, and that's kind of what I'm worried about. Like, what's the shift going to be?
We got people going to weeklies as if they're the majors. That'd be terrible. It's such a stupid idea. Like that's the thing. Smash has always been this thing where there's no single rule set. Yep. You know, not like other games where they all have like an agreed rule set. So we can't have Steve banned somewhere, Kazuya banned somewhere else because we want to be different. You know, we need to have the same rule set everywhere. And this is a big problem. We needed this for stages for so long, and we're still testing stages 5 years into the fucking game. We need something that's just stable for everyone, that's agree on for everyone. It really does change the meta, like not even just characters, but when one event I can ban 3 stages with no DSR, and then one event I could ban 2 stages with full DSR, no DSR, and modified DSR. It's like, what is going on? And then there will be less stages sometimes. Like, we don't have consistency in any of our tournaments, and it's showing in stages and in characters now. It's really troublesome.
It's like, I don't know, dude. Like, there's so many things to address, and it's like, I don't know. It feels like, as per usual, there's always like just kind of like some resistance towards the thing that shouldn't have the priority, but it does. But I mean, you said it best right there, man. Like, there's a lot of things to address, but that's why we're always gonna have a lot to talk about on this podcast, because this community is always a fucking dumpster fire, but it's one I can never leave. You know what I mean?
If my community's full of fucking idiots, I'm gonna get rich off a podcast. Let's go!
Keep clicking, keep clicking.
Keep tap dancing, because you know we will.
And that's exactly why it's a perfect time to say thank you again for Metafy for powering this episode of Lights Out, episode number 4. Another banger, even with our friend Cosmos currently lost somewhere overseas in Japan. We were able to produce some good ass content. Now for the closeout, Light, I thought we would bring back something we did in like episode 2 and kind of maybe make it a staple tradition. For whoever closes out the episode, rock, paper, scissors winner. You down? You down? Okay, on shoot. Okay, rock, paper, scissors, shoot. I think I won.
2 out of 3.
2 out of 3? Okay, here we go. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, shit. That's actually crazy. He's like Spargo, bro. The reverse.
Hey, it's not your time to talk anymore, my boy. Anyways, back to what I was saying. This has been an amazing episode of Lights Out, episode 4. Cosmos is not here, but he will definitely be back next week. Make sure to cheer him on in Japan, because he will be going to a tournament. I don't know what tournament it is, but I'm sure you can go on his Twitter and find out. It's going to be a great time to watch. And we're going to be signing off now and doing our Metafy episode. If you are interested in going to Metafy to watch our episodes, that is metafy.gg.com, I'm pretty sure, correct?
Yeah, it's a website.
Banger. And then I didn't know if it was .gg. Chill out. Anyways, we're going to be doing our Metafy episode now. We're going to record that. Make sure to stay tuned and go to Metafy for us, because that makes us more popular and it gives you more content. See everyone. It's been a pleasure. And this is Light and Phil signing off.
No doubt about it, man.